flash of menace crosses the creature's eyes, a drip of blood on its lips, the white gleam of fangs in moonlight. You should turn away, you should run, but you are transfixed, mesmerized. There is a beauty in the darkness of the thing, and the allure is enticing you to step a little closer. What tempts you from the shadows? What dangers cross your path? How do you avoid the vampire's kiss? Welcome, fellow Mooncats, to the 4th video in a series of 8 special readings taking us all the way up to Halloween night. Each of these readings is drawn from an element associated with the hallowed evening. The custom of divination at this time of year is a rich tradition, as it's well known to be an auspicious time for communication with spirit. And so we continue the tradition with tonight's reading, The Vampire's Kiss. If you look, you will see 3 vampires in the center of the table, each with its own allure. Vampire number 1 is Glam with her vino. Vampire 2 is Debonaire, while Vampire 3 is Brooding. I'll give you a moment now to choose the vampire that draws you. It's okay to choose more than one. You can even choose all 3. For those of you who chose the Glam Vampire or Vampire number 1, this is your reading. Welcome to The Vampire's Kiss. The theme of this reading is of a dark temptation, of something that draws you close, entices you, but with the potential to destroy you. And so we look today at where this vampire comes into your life and why you are drawn towards this particular vampire. And after we look at the aspects of the presence of this vampire in your life, I'll draw an oracle card to identify the nature of the vampire that you're dealing with. And so let's begin your reading with card number 1. And so I have laid out the cards with a certain structure. And card number 1 is to ask, where is the vampire present? Card number 2 asks, how powerful is the influence of this vampire? Card number 3 asks, what issue gives the vampire access to you? Number 4, how do you escape this vampire? Number 5, what gives you the strength to vanquish the vampire? And card number 6, What is the likely outcome? So let's begin with card number 1. We're asking, where is this vampire present in your life? And we see the 4 of Wands. So this means that the vampire is present in your foundation. This could mean in your home. The 4 of Wands is about a happy home and family life. But when we consider foundation, this could also be psychological, meaning that it is in the mix of the environmental and genealogical factors that are the foundation of who you are, that have built your psyche. So we're going to continue to get more information, and since this is a collective reading and not a personal reading, you're going to need your intuition to guide you to get to that specific answer. Is this external or internal? The external foundation, someone who's in your family, or the internal foundation, something that is in the very foundation of your psyche. So how powerful is the influence of this vampire at this time? And we have the 2 of Wands. So we consider that in the suit of Wands, the Ace of Wands is that powerful inspiration and idea to begin to create an empire. And then the 2 of Wands are the first steps in building the empire. The 3 of Wands is developing that further. The 4 of Wands is established completely. So if your vampire's control is at the level of the 2 of Wands, then it is only 2 steps away from having complete control. So this is not yet an extremely powerful vampire. Let's say this one is still at a distance and sort of calling you closer. So in card number 3, what gives this vampire access to you? And here we have the Knave of Wands. Or in other words, this would be the Page. And this is, as a person, someone who is less experienced, has great grand ideas that they want to take into the world, but is a little less experienced and is very open-hearted. And so there is an indication here of perhaps being a little less experienced, not recognizing the danger. There is that quality of wanting to see the best in everyone around you. And sometimes when we want to do that for others, we overlook the danger that they pose to us. You may want to believe that someone who has negative qualities or aspects has a good side, and that you can put faith in that good side. That doesn't mean that's not going to harm you later on. So there's some aspect here in your foundation of trust, open trust, and that is creating a danger for you. So how do you escape this danger? And we have the Tower. escaping this danger is going to require a breaking up of the foundation. Yes, I almost said destroy, but that is not the word that I really wanted to use, because it doesn't have to be so ominous. It is a shaking, a change, a breaking down of an old foundation, but that is because that foundation needs to be broken, and it allows the building of a new foundation. So you are at a point in your life where the way that you have been up until now requires a change. It's becoming old. It's becoming outdated. The foundation that you have is no longer serving you. But it is going to take a great illumination, like that strike of lightning, to break away from the old foundation and be able to create yourself in a new way. And so we ask, what will give you the strength to accomplish this? What will give you the strength to escape this vampire? And our answer is the star. So the star is a powerful healing card. And this means working with divine energy in order to heal. And so this is what is going to give you the strength to empower yourself. Empower yourself to such a degree that you're able to allow for that tower moment to come in. So a tower moment is sudden and unexpected, and it's going to shake everything up. But you're going to need a great amount of strength to get through it successfully. And so there is a union between these two cards, in that the divine will not allow that moment to occur until you're ready. It is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to recreate you. And so we turn now to the final card. What is the likely outcome of your situation? And here we have the Sun. Now this Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. It outshines any other negative card in the reading, or any card that might have negative aspects. And so this is a complete and total escape from that destructive energy that allures you at the moment. This is going to require becoming aware of it, because as the knave, which was here in the reading, as the knave, there's a kind of innocence and trust that makes you unaware. And the tower is about being able to see the truth. And when you can do that and unify with divine energy to embrace that truth and allow it to carry you forward, you're coming into your happiness in your freedom. And I'll notice that in this particular Sun card, she rests in this, in the arms. This being Gothic tarot, that's a vampire there, but I'm seeing a resemblance to Archangel Michael. And again, it's just this reinforcement of the idea that connecting with divine energy, connecting with faith, that is going to help you overcome this tower moment and find your true happiness. All right, so next what I'm going to do is pull an oracle card, and this oracle card is going to reveal more detail about the nature of your vampire. Your vampire is religion. Just going to let that sink in for a moment. Many of us are raised in a particular religion which has foundational beliefs. And it may just be that the religion you're raised in has foundational beliefs that don't resonate with who you truly are in your soul. And it can be difficult to break away from the religion that we're raised in. But if faith is an important part of who you are, you need not relinquish faith in order to break from a structure that doesn't work. You can hold on to your faith and allow it to carry you forward to find the pathway to the divine that is most suited to yourself. And this is what you are challenged to do at this time. And this means the building of a new foundation, the building of a fresh foundation, one that is based on what's true in your soul and what resonates with you. And when you do break away, only then will you realize just how much control this particular vampire had. And when you do realize that, and when you do realize what you have escaped, that is your sun moment, where there will be such lightness in your being and such joy and such happiness around you. Well, that concludes your Kiss of the Vampire reading. I hope that you have found some valuable messages or information here. If you like what you heard, please strike that like button. And if you're interested in more Halloween-themed readings, visit my channel, Mooncat Tarot, and you can find the Halloween Read-A-Thon playlist. So I am creating a special Read-A-Thon, which is one new reading each night for the week leading up to Halloween. As always, I'm grateful for your viewership and your support, and thank you for watching. I hope to catch you in another video. For those of you who chose the Debonaire Vampire or Vampire number 2, this is your reading. Welcome to your reading of The Vampire's Kiss. In this kind of reading, we are examining what is a dark seduction in your life. This means what allures you, what draws you, but has the potential to destroy you. And we're going to look at many aspects of the presence of this vampire. And so I've created a certain structure to this reading. And in card number 1, we're going to ask, where is this vampire located at in your life? And in card number 2, we're going to ask, how powerful is this vampire's influence? In card number 3, what issue gives this vampire access to you? And in card number 4, how do you escape this vampire? Card number 5, what gives you strength to vanquish the vampire? And card number 6, what is the likely outcome of your situation? Okay. All right, so let's begin with card number 1. We're asking, where is the presence of this vampire in your life? And we have received the 4 of Cups. So this indicates that this is in a love relationship where the vampire exists. And in the 4 of Cups, it speaks of 3 spilled cups. So this is indicating a strong emotional investment that has been wasted, that has been spilled out. This could be because of a breakup, or it could be because of an undeserving partner. So when we're looking for where is the vampire in your life, what is draining you of your spiritual essence, then it has to do with your romantic relationships. And so we ask, how powerful is the influence of this vampire? And the answer here is the 8 of Cups, which is not good news, I'm afraid, because there are only 10 cups possible. For the vampire's power to be, let's say, at level 8, this is a very strong hold. Looking further into the meaning of the 8 of Cups card, this means very similar to the 4 of Cups. This is the card of walking away from something that wherein you have invested so much of your emotions and love. We see here that she has opened Pandora's box. And in her case, she has released that which seeks to destroy her, because it was the vampires that have come out. Perhaps by beginning a particular relationship, that was opening Pandora's box in your life, in your situation. And so we have a deep concern here for what romantic entanglements are we in, and what is the true nature of that relationship. Card number 3 asks, what issue it gives the vampire access to you? And here we have the Knave of Wands. I'm very surprised to see this come out again, because those who chose the first pile, this same card came out in the same position, but it had a different meaning. The Knave of Wands is someone who is very innocent and trusting. Someone who has great grand ideas, but not as much experience. And it could be that you have these grand illusions when it comes to romance and love. And it could be that these grandiose ideas or these grandiose beliefs in romantic love, this idealization of romantic love, creates a sort of block, a mental block, where you're not able to see the bad. You're too trusting in what might be good about a person. And so that leaves you vulnerable, makes you vulnerable to the influence of someone who has bad intentions. So in card number 4, we ask, how do you escape this vampire? I'm sorry, but this is just so perfect. The answer is the Chariot. Run. Run away and don't look back. Full speed ahead. The Chariot is charging forward, just like that, charging forward and don't look back, completely breaking away from this person in your life. Okay, and so we ask, what gives you the strength to vanquish the vampire? We see here that we have justice. By allowing yourself to fully and completely see the truth, then will the Chariot not only come in, it'll be easy. It'll be easy to charge full speed ahead in the opposite direction once you see the whole truth. And card number 6, what is the likely outcome of your situation? The 9 of Pentacles is the answer. Now, the 9 of Pentacles is a beautiful end to this reading because it is one of the most powerful, independent cards. It is as independent as you can possibly be on your own, as affluent as you can possibly be on your own. And so this card is great personal success. And this is not to say that you can't have romance in your life or that it isn't expected. But it is to say that before it happens, you must establish yourself in the world in such a way that you are fully strengthened to stand alone. Okay, so next we want to turn to your oracle and see what is the nature of your vampire. Let's identify your vampire. I'm using the Vampire's Oracle, and it is a very good oracle to use when we're trying to identify the sensitive parts of ourselves. And the first card to come out to identify your vampire is Prey. Stalked, invaded, watched. All right. Now the vampires is a beautiful oracle deck, and the writing in it is so powerful. This is one of those times I'm actually going to read from the book. When one is hunted in your time with your people, you are often unable to identify what is happening. The veneer of civility that covers us all, even us, especially us, helps us appear kinder than we are. Some people are hunters, and that makes others prey. In your culture at this time, there is a theory that those who are harmed or hurt have somehow attracted that to themselves. Oh, how the hunters love this argument, for it is a way of saying that the prey is offering itself up. And this is what we have come to warn you of. We have come to tell you that there is one who sees you as prey. And they see themselves as the hunter. And the more they can persuade you that you wish to play this role, and that it is your fault, the more powerful they will become. This card comes forth when one has been groomed to be hurt. There are many examples of abuse. Excuse me. There are many examples of abuse in your world. And often it is the one who is most close to you who will take what is most precious to you. Do not become prey, and do not agree to this hunter being invited by you. The victimization they are visiting upon you has not been invited by you, except through circumstance. Okay, so hopefully that you might be starting to get some ideas of who this is, who this influence is in your life. I usually only pull one of these oracle cards, but for you, two of them came out. And the second card that came forth is seduction, allure, desire, manipulation. So there we have the full identity of your vampire. And I'm just going to read a little bit from this one as well. This beautiful bed is the place where someone greeted their unspoken desire and where they met their end. It is the place to which so many of you are drawn, even when you know the outcome may be dangerous. This card comes to you now to warn you, empower you, and ask you to heed. The one who knows what it is you want has a plan for you, and that plan involves their own satisfaction. There's one about you who understands. There is one about you who understands very deeply what people desire, and most especially what you desire. It is not so simple and crass as sexual satisfaction, or a kind of food, or even a job, or a home. It is not so simple and crass as a sexual satisfaction, or a kind of food, or even a job or a status in life you are being offered. It is the deep feeling that you are understood, accepted, and desired for who you are. But it is a truth that this person who is now seducing you is doing so, or it is the deep feeling that you are understood, accepted, and desired for who you are. But it is a truth that this person who is now seducing you is doing so with every kind of ability to stifle and inhibit your life force. By now, I would expect that you have some idea in mind of who this person is in your life. And you're asked to be aware, to come into that full realization that the real offer is not what it appears to be. That brings us to the conclusion of your reading for A Vampire's Kiss. I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed it. So this concludes your reading of A Vampire's Kiss. I hope that you have found some valuable information here and that it is able to be helpful to you. If you have enjoyed the reading, please select that like button at the bottom of the video. And if you're interested in other Halloween readings, please visit my channel, Mooncat Tarot. And I will provide This concludes your reading for A Vampire's Kiss, and I hope that you have found it interesting. If you have, please select the like button at the bottom of the video. And if you're interested in more Halloween-themed readings, go ahead and visit my channel, Mooncat Tarot. There you will find a Halloween Read-A-Thon playlist with other similarly themed readings. There will be a total of 8 readings leading up all the way to Halloween night. As always, I thank you for watching and appreciate your support. I hope to catch you in another video. For those of you who chose Vampire number 3, this is your reading. Welcome to your reading of The Vampire's Kiss. We examine the vampire to find what dark influence draws you or controls you in your life. What are you drawn to that has the potential to destroy you? And then we're going to look at many different aspects of that. And I've created a structure here to help with those questions. So in card number 1, we are asking, where is the vampire in your life? In card number 2, How powerful is the vampire's influence? In card number 3, what issue gives the vampire access to you? Or in other words, why are you vulnerable to the vampire? In card number 4, we're asking, how do you escape the vampire? Card number 5, how do you find the strength to vanquish the vampire? And in card number 6, we're asking, what is the likely outcome of your situation? So let's go ahead and begin now with card number 1. When we ask, where is the vampire in your life? The answer that we receive is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups would be a male authority figure. This could be a father or a father-like figure. So you want to examine the areas of your life. This doesn't have to be someone who is physically male. This could be a person who is simply powerfully in their masculine energy. But somewhere in your life, there is this fatherly figure, this figure of authority, who has somehow created a dark influence. So let's look at the rest of the cards to get more information. And in card number 2, we ask, how powerful is this vampire's hold? And we receive the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is 6 out of 10. So that gives you an idea of the strength of the hold. So that gives us the idea of intensity, but the card is also telling us something else. The card is also telling us why that hold is so strong. The 6 of Cups is the card of nostalgia, the card of childhood. So this is a hold that has been over your life from the start of it, since you were a child. In card number 3, we're looking for the issues that give this vampire access to you. What makes you vulnerable? And here we have the Hermit. And so it is isolation that makes you vulnerable. It is not having a support group. It is the one that strays from the pack that is targeted by the predator. And this may be your situation right now, is that you are alone, and so you are seen as easy prey. There is then a recommendation to go and find your people, your support group, those who would be honestly and truly on your side. All right, then we go to card number 4. How do you escape this vampire and this vampire's influence? The answer is the Magician. This means that you have the power to manifest the conditions that you want in your life. The Magician is the most powerful manifester. So you can take your desire and turn it into reality. If you can understand the shape of your freedom, then you can manifest that life. In card number 5, how do you get the strength to vanquish the vampire? And here we see the 7 of Wands. And this says that in a battle, you have the favored position. And not only that, it is an advice to stay strong and hold your ground. And this is the way to defeat the vampire. And so this is also making me think of holding on to your truth no matter who attacks it, no matter how many attack it. Whatever your truth is to you, you stand strong and defend it. And finally, we ask, what is the likely outcome of the situation? And here we see the 4 of Swords. That means this is a time of healing and rest. After what appears to be a difficult battle, then will come a time of healing and rest. So there is the indication of success, and it may be difficult to get there. And so afterwards, the rest and recovery is required. Okay, so what we're seeing is the presence of an authority figure since childhood that has this vampiric-like energy over you. And how do you recognize that in a person is, first of all, you can notice some very basic observations about yourself. Like when you're in the presence of this person, do you begin to feel drained and exhausted and tired? This means, this is one way of beginning to recognize a vampiric influence over you. If you might already know, and you probably instinctively do already know, who to think of, who has been this father-like figure in your life, who has drained so much from you. But you do begin to gather strength and fight back. With the 4 of Cups, that strength is divinely given. So with the tarot message completed here, now I'm going to turn to the oracle cards so we can help to identify your vampire. Okay. So the oracle cards are going to give us more details about who your vampire is. We have the monster within, internal struggle, personal challenges, wanting to improve. So it may be that there was an influence or experiences from childhood that left you with self-destructive nature, the tendency to destroy good things as they come into your life. But it is possible to overcome these impulses. Like in the 7 of Wands card, by holding your ground. By holding your ground and not allowing any of the attempts or the influences to get through. And that concludes our reading of The Vampire's Kiss. I hope that it has been valuable to you. And if it has, please press that like button. If you're interested in more Halloween videos, come on over to my channel, Mooncat Tarot, and find the Halloween Read-A-Thon playlist, which I am creating. There is a new There is a new recording every night leading all the way up to Halloween. So I hope that you can enjoy them. And I thank you and appreciate your support. I hope to catch you in another video.